Hi everyone, this is Diane. I have some things that I'm putting in my Etsy shop today. I'm going to put in 3 glue books that I have completed. Also, I have some really great stamp sets, several of them by Tim Holtz. And I have some wooden spool bundles and some card bundles that feature an assortment of different kinds of cards. I'm going to start with the glue books. So I have 3 glue books that are in my shop, and they are all made with the Golden Home and High School Encyclopedia books that I had gotten from my daughter-in-law, from her grandmother. And the covers are just gorgeous, and I think these might be the last 3 of these books that I have. Maybe there's one more. But they measure 7.5 by 10.5. I gave them a 2.5-inch spine, which is obviously more than they need right now. But as you fill the pages, as you glue things to every page, it will fatten up. So that's why I gave you so much room. With each book, I have included some of the pages that came from the book. And they have images that you can cut out and use in your glue book. So it's like a little starter pack for you. And some are just cut out images that I cut out. And there are some included in the back pocket. Some that fit in the pocket nicely that you can take out and use. And if there's a front pocket, you might have some. This one doesn't have a front pocket. So anyway, you get some images from the original book. So I created a new spine with a thick chipboard and some Tyvek and some fabric, and all of them have a heavier fabric spine, so they're pretty sturdy. I put some trim, upholstery trim, and they're GIMP, but this one has a little bit of fuzzy material down the center, and I just think it's really cool. And I think it looks great with this beautiful botanical image. So this is volume 8. I put some striped fabric on the spine, and I used this nice waxed thread that I just got in a Happy Mail. I think that was in the box that Cindy sent me. And the back of them all have this pattern, but in different colors. And I'm just going to show you the pages in one journal because they all have the same types of pages. I put a book plate in the beginning here. This is a large calendar from 1970, Currier and Ives calendar. So one side has the calendar side, and the other side is a beautiful Currier and Ives lithograph. There's this colored paper from a school book. This is a teacher's record book. They have very long pages, wide pages, so they're great for these larger books. Here is the flyleaf for this book. There's scrapbook paper. There are some envelopes, so you can put a card in here and collage on the envelope and on the card, or just journal, however you want to use this. This is from an art instruction book. An envelope, a large window envelope. I put some washi tape on it. This is from an atlas that I also got in my box from Cindy. Just a road atlas. Also these cards. I used a card in each signature, so 9 cards got used, I believe. Scrapbook paper again, and that's the center of that signature. The next signature has a large paper that I put together. I sewed it together with scraps of scrapbook paper. Teacher's logbook again, scrapbook paper. A page from this book, wallpaper from a wallpaper sample book. This is part of a shopping bag from Bath & Body Works. You can see here where I took off the handle part of the bag, but you'll be gluing over that. This was a large vintage children's songbook. with illustrations, scrapbook paper. And here's another little envelope. Looks like it has pressed flowers and things in it, but it's just printed on there. Another atlas page. And then the next signature, there are 3 signatures. We have, again, the calendar page. This is a large, sturdy paper that came from the wallpaper sample book. They were beautiful and big, so I saved them so that I could use them in the larger books. Here's another flyleaf from one of the other books. Another constructed paper I had to sew pieces together. And this is a beautiful, almost like a handmade paper, an artisan paper. A large grid paper that I had, large enough that I folded the ends in on both ends. Wallpaper again. So those are the kinds of pages. There's the paper that I pieced together. And then there's a pocket and the pieces in the pocket, like I mentioned. So now I'm just going to show you the covers and maybe, you know, the front and back inside covers. This one is volume 19. These are the pages that you get. It's so pretty. And I used this blue, kind of grungy looking fabric with dots in it. But the blue I thought looked nice with that. And then there's some blue gimp. These are vintage books, so there will be markings on the backs. And on the inside I used a Peanuts library book plate. And it's got Linus, my favorite Peanuts character. And this is a pocket I made out of 2 pieces of scrapbook paper put together. And there's some pieces tucked in there. And it has the same types of pages. And there's the back. And then lastly, we have volume 10 with a Da Vinci sketch for airplanes. This one has a printed fabric on it. I used a different color of that thread from Cindy with each journal. They're all neutral colors, but I chose one that matched, and each one is subtly different. The other one is black to go against that dark blue. There's brown gimp. You can see there's just some marks here. This one doesn't have a pocket on the front either. And these are books that I had, covers that I had prepared to make smash books. And if you watch those videos, you will remember that after I wrapped the raw edges, it made it too thick, and I couldn't fit it into the channel of my Bind It All. So I set these covers aside, and I made them this way. But I got that cinch at a flea market, and I tried it. I tried sliding these into the channel on the cinch, and it looked like I could have punched them, but I had already made my smash books, and I wanted to make glue books, so at least I know that that channel seems to accommodate a thicker book. And there's the back pocket. It has some scrapbook paper and a piece that I cut from the book just as a decoration. Some pieces inside the pocket. And more images that you can use. So this is number 10 with, the Da Vinci sketch. Number 8 has the botanical plate on it, and number 19 has a Renaissance or medieval look to it. Now the other items that I'm putting in my shop, I'm excited to bring these to you. I had recently gotten some stupendous Happy Mails, and some of them included these wonderful sets of stamps, and I also got some at a flea market. I know this one came from a flea market. But I don't want to give these away. I want to keep these. But why? Because I already have them. I love these stamps. These are great stamps. So I am so happy to be able to share them with you. So here's what we have. This is a Stampers Anonymous set called School Desk, and it has this beautiful, looks like notebook paper, and then a typewritten alphabet font. This kind of a table with numbers. And then this is a record. It says month of received and recorded in several columns. So that's a wonderful set. Unopened, unused. And I love this. This one has been used. It doesn't have the original packaging, but it's all been replaced into the rubber, so they're all there. And this one is called Correspondence. And look at all those wonderful stamps with a postal theme. Some of it is British, like that one with the crown. These are all going to be separate. This one is Field Notes. This is one I use a lot because of all the numbers. This one is just really fun to play with. And a few pieces have been used, but again, they're all replaced into the rubber, and they're all there. This one is from Prima, and it's by Spin-a-Bear. I probably pronounce her name wrong, and it's got these images that I like to use, and the words move me, embrace possibilities, and trust the magic. I don't use that one, but anyway, there's a heart, there's this medallion, it looks like a gear there, and a canceled postage stamp. I don't think this goes with it, because I don't have that one. This is the set. I'm going to keep this one. This is the set. There's 8 pieces that go in there. This was loose in the box, and I thought it went in there, but apparently it doesn't. So anyway, there's this set. Trust the Magic. These two, I think I will put together because they're smaller in scale, but they still have a lot of stamps. This one is a Tim Holtz stamp, Stampers Anonymous, and it's British theme. Does it have a name? Euro Elements, it's called. So it's got the British flag and one of the palace guards. Oh, it's not British, it's European, because there's the Eiffel Tower and the fleur-de-lis. I don't have this, but I just don't really know that I would use it enough to keep it. So I would like to pass it on to someone who will use it. And this is one I do have, and I do like this. This is another Tim Holtz one. It doesn't have the packaging. Doesn't look like it was used, but it just has these fun kind of collaged words. Artist, story, create, found, inspire, and love. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 listings of stamps that I will have, that I have in my shop. And then I have my wooden spools. Each bag has 10 spools. Yeah, 10 spools. 2 of the bags have the larger, slightly larger ones, and I only had 2 of the large, so this one is a little wooden one. It's actually smaller than all the rest, but this has silk thread on it. It says 100% silk, or it says pure silk, Coats and Clark. I love that. So other than that, there are the same number of empty ones, 6 empties, and 3 with thread on them. And the colors on these threads are so pretty. So I have 3 bags of spools. And lastly, I have some sets of cards. I just had a variety of cards in my cart of things to put in my shop, so I just decided to combine all the different types of cards that I had. Some of these I got at flea markets, and some I got in Happy Mails. So I got like full boxes of these cards, and I don't need that many. So I kept some, and I'm passing some on to you. There are 2 kinds of math flashcards. There are division cards, 5 of those. One side is glossy and the other side is matte. And there are subtraction cards, same thing. They're not the same, but glossy and matte. And you get more of these. I'll have to count and put counts in my description, in my listing, because I didn't count. There are a lot of these cards. There are some Milbourne game cards, and it's a French game, but it has the words in English and French, and it's like a cross-country driving game or something. But it has, you know, out of gas, spare tires. There's a flat tire, accident. There's a stop and go. All different elements like that that you use in the game. So I didn't count them, but I will. I'll put it in the description. There are these $100 bill playing cards. They're thin, and I was surprised when I opened the package that they were yellow instead of green. But I'm sharing some of those, and then a whole bunch of these. They came out of this box, and I don't know what GRE stands for, but these are to prepare a student for a GRE exam. So they're vocabulary cards, and so it has I got them all turned around. It has the word, what form of speech it is, and pronunciation guide. Sorry, that was glaring. Insipid is an adjective. And on the back, of course, we have the definition, how a sentence, used in a sentence, and some synonyms for the word, which is very, very useful. So there's a lot there. And I kept a lot of them for myself. I have 10 sets of these cards. So that's what I have in my shop right now. I have assorted cards, wooden spools, wonderful rubber stamps, and 3 glue books. So my shop is linked below. I've never done a video, I don't think, where I showed a journal that I made and other items in my shop, but I hope it works out. I hope that people that want a glue book watch it, and people that would want the other items would watch my video and will go to my shop and make a purchase. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back soon with another video, and I hope you're having a creative day today. Bye-bye.